Hey, and welcome to Turo Fitness Podcast, a podcast for people who want to get no BS information about fitness and know that fitness is about so much more than losing scale weight. It's about feeling confident in your skin and empowered in your life. I'm your host, Turo Virta, personal trainer, strength and nutrition coach, and most of all, a husband of my beautiful wife, Miriam. Each week, my guests and me will give you some no BS fitness tips and motivate you to take action in your own personal fitness journey as we talk about nutrition, exercise, mindset, personal development, and executing in life with enjoyable but still effective strategies. If your goal is to look better, feel and be strong and experience transformation from inside out, you, my friend, are in the right place. Thank you for jumping in, and now let's jump into today's episode.
Hey, and welcome to this Turo Fitness Podcast. Today's episode, I'm going to talk about frustration with the scale, perimenopause, how to get away from this kind of frustration if you are in a situation that seems like that nothing is working, weight is going up, you are not seeing visible results despite working so hard. And as this is a topic, I just literally 15 minutes ago finished a call with one of my clients, Seda. I actually recorded podcast episode with Seda, so if you want to listen her story, you can listen it from my podcast. I can put a link to show notes if after this conversation you want to actually a little bit learn more about her. So why this is something, so it all started. Seda messaged me today morning that she jumped on the scale, and suddenly, despite she has been working out for last month consistently, have been mostly trying to eat healthier, and despite all that effort, she have gained weight. She feels bloated. She's not happy where she is, and she said that she almost wanted to quit. Today she said that when she saw the number on the scale that she was, because she had planned that she's going to gym, but she was just like that, no, today the point of doing this because I'm so frustrated. What she did actually very well, what I already told her, that what I'm amazingly proud of her is that she actually went despite everything to the gym, did her workout, and now after this call, I think what we talked earlier, she was feeling so much relieved. Everything made sense what we talked, and I hope in this episode I can provide those strategies, the same strategies what we talked about, and what makes the things to change that shifting, that focus a little bit. So in her situation, like that was a situation was that if you are busy, like Seda is very busy, very stressed at the moment, and her sleep hasn't been good. There's kind of perimenopause symptoms already like that. Not sleeping well. Weight is going up despite doing same things before, and feels like that same things what she have done in the past haven't been really working, and now it's just so frustrating. That situation is like that there's nothing like that, you know, when you have to buy new clothes when old ones are not fitting, and you don't know, you think that you have to find a way to lose weight fast because you are not feeling happy with yourself. And this was the situation where we started to actually talk, and this is the topic what actually matters, because there are so many people. I know I have worked with several of them. I have been lucky enough to help and work with people who are in this situation, especially women who are struggling with similar challenges. And the goal with this episode is simply to provide insights and practical solutions. So the first of all is that emotional struggle. What is there behind, and how that impact of perimenopause. So what means perimenopause? That it's not like really like menopause yet, but you are kind of heading. Like usually it depends on person, but women it can start age of 35 even for someone. It could be late 40s, beginning of 50s, depending on age. So there's not one solution. So, and if you are interested to learn more about menopause, I had 2 amazing episodes. Other one with Amanda Teep, other one with Kim Slack, where we talk like especially with these problems. So those might be helpful episodes. You can find them from my podcast, or simply you can always email me, ask more resources, send me DMs. I'm always happy to send those links to you. And if you want to learn more, you want to know how listen more to these kind of conversations. So those are very, very helpful. And I learned myself so much of those conversations, as obviously I'm a man, and I haven't been literally going through menopause, but luckily I have been able to help many women going through that same phase. So I believe that some little knowledge I have, and usually at least I have worked and went through with so many women and found ways how to manage it. So first of all, how that impact of that perimenopause, how it's affecting to your body. So there is going to be hormonal changes, as you probably already know, in your body. And how is that like in Sarah's situation? And what is very common, like that you tend to store fat in your body. So it's like menopause belly. That is a real thing, and it just simply means that due to those hormonal shifts, you are storing more fat in your belly area. But it's just that what it's changing simply that you are just gaining that fat more on belly fat. But on the other side, the methods how you are actually losing fat is still going to be the same. So it's calorie deficit and doing like things you probably already heard, eating high protein, doing some form of resistance training. And that is the only way how you are losing fat. We are at this point, you just can't impact where your body decides to store fat. Like for maybe earlier you have stored that fat if you were eating more calories than you are consuming, maybe into your everything in your belly. But the way and how you are going to lose it, there is no magical way how to lose that belly fat or how to lose that leg fat or arm fat, whatever is that you're going to do. Like, cause if you think that you should be doing more ab exercises that to get to feel that burn in your ab muscles, it's not going to make you lose suddenly from your belly fat, because you can with exercise selection, you can get stronger for if you, let's say, I use a simple example like a biceps. If you are training only your right bicep and not the right one, you are getting stronger on your right side and stay probably the same or even lose progress on your left side. But you are not going to suddenly, if you just exercise only your left side or right side, you are not going to lose fat only from right side. So you can impact in your training regime what you are doing with your exercises, which part you are focusing more, and getting stronger in that area. But that fat burn on that area, it just doesn't exist. And other impacts like that, what is that emotional struggle, is that how it's impacting to your motivation, your confidence. So especially like with the Seda, like she said that motivation was there, but then like when these moments kind of setbacks happen, it's understandable that you feel like that what is the point of doing and working so hard if you are not seeing results, and because you think that the only way how to actually reach those results is to get that scale going down and seeing something different. And it's also in this phase, yeah, so compassionate about yourself and reframing that what success is mean, because it's not impossible, but it's a lot harder to get that scale going down in this period of time. But there are so many ways, what I'm talking a little bit later, how you can reframe your success and how you can shift your focus away from that weight loss. Because like I said to Seda, that I know that it's the only thing she actually at the moment wants is to get that scale going down. But it's probably the last thing what she actually should focus at this point. And she was like a little bit that, no, but that is not what I want to hear. Like you said that you want to provide me some strategies how to get scale going down. And I said, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But for a moment, even it's the end goal, is to lose weight, fit into your clothes better, you have to shift away from that mindset and be passionate, be really kind with yourself with these talks, because your body is changing, but it doesn't mean that you are failing. So we shifted Seda's focus from weight loss to progress in her strength and performance. And that was now just another point, because I have been, I don't know if you know, I have been working for the past 1.5 years with the women's ice hockey national team. And obviously it's totally different. If you are listening to this, you are probably not some athlete, but you are just some normal person who is trying to improve your health, improve your fitness, well-being. But there are similarities. Like if you think like an athlete, you gotta think that you are working out like an athlete, because what is the difference and how is the mindset going? Like athlete, they don't probably look, or hopefully they don't look their scale weight every single morning and getting deciding based on that number if they are going to do their workout or not. But they have their schedule. They are working towards a goal. My athletes, they are preparing for Olympics in 2026. So there is only less than a year time when I'm recording this episode. So if you think that there is Olympic Games coming in 1 year and you are practicing, obviously, I'm not comparing your situation with athletes. Athletes are maybe working out every single day, even some days, even 2-3 times a day. So it's totally different, but they have a specific goal in their mind. And if they are not thinking okay, today I didn't lose scale weight, so I'm going to skip my workout, or I'm going to quit because I didn't see the progress. The goal is in 1 year, or you can have set some shorter goals. But if you think like an athlete, so you have kind of performance-based goals. So obviously, for a hockey player, goal is to improve their ice hockey game. It could be becoming faster. It could be becoming more explosive, improving their technique, or whatever areas of improvement they have. But the biggest takeaway is that when you shift that your focus on those performance-based goals, it could be like with the setup, we set simply workout goal. So it could be just your favorite exercise. So it doesn't matter. For Seda, it was deadlift. So she loves deadlift, and that is her kind of favorite exercise. It could be getting your first push-up, getting your first pull-up, doing some amount of repetitions with the bench press or squat or whatever you kind of enjoy doing, what excites you, and then starting to actually track it. So for setup, we set a goal. At the moment, she's able to do with the 50 kilo, 5 repetitions deadlift. And we set the goal to get that 5 repetitions with 60 kilos. So that is realistic. It's possible and it's probably doable. I would say that maybe in 2-3 months. So it's not, but we didn't set a timeline that when it have to be done, but you know that you have a goal you are working towards. And that is that kind of like how we are going to do, because we were having a conversation how she's at the moment doing like this. For most, especially women, most women I know, they are not really tracking their workouts, or they are not pushing themselves hard enough. So what means pushing yourself hard enough? So if you, like I said, that how I'm doing my own workouts, like I don't think it, like Jeda said that she used an example how she was doing her deadlifts, like she had been always using kind of like a 50 kilos or 40 kilos and doing 5 repetitions. She probably says that she could probably do 2, 3, 4 more reps, but in the program was 5. It felt relatively easy. So then she said, it's done. I did it. But the way how I think it, or how it should be, like I thought that my example exactly for today, when I did my deadlifts, I did 8 repetitions with, if somebody's interested, 130 kilos, then then I said, okay, now next set I had a 7 repetitions. I'm going to add 6 kilos. So I did with 142. Then next set I had a 6 repetitions. It still felt relatively easy. I had to do 1 repetition less. I added another 6 kilos. So in the end I did with 148, and it still felt like I felt at this point I could do probably even more, but due to my heart condition, I have to be really careful with my breathing. And at this point, I don't want to push myself hard enough. Earlier, I would probably, if I would think that in normal situation without this, my heart condition in large aorta, I would probably go for that. I would start aiming for 8 repetitions with that weight, what I was doing in my last set. So I would have already 12 kilos more what I had today in my first workout. So basically adjusting the weight, it is like that. It's not that I have to do 8 repetitions. If I'm able to do more, I can do 1 or 2 more repetitions, add more weight for the next set, so that the last repetition is kind of that I have to make some kind of ugly face, or it feels like that I literally can't do more than 2 more repetitions with same amount of weight. And if the answer is that I could do more than 2, then I'm going to add more weight for the next set. And if it's too much that I should be doing 8, I'm able to do only 6 repetitions, then I reduce weight for the next set. But basically just adjusting the weight every single set and aiming to go for kind of close to failure. And that is how you are, and you have to, like, I have been tracking now. I have been, I restarted weightlifting, like, that's now almost 3 years ago. And I have tracked my every single workout, how much weight I have been using, how many repetitions I have done. And it's just so motivating to see when you look back. I can track my workouts like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, how much more I'm able to do now. And that is like that when you are tracking your workouts, it gives that idea how much progress you have been making. And as the goal is, like for Seda, is to set that workout goal with the deadlift 5 times 60 kilos. So you are working towards some strength-based goal. And this is how you are actually shifting away. You have still a goal you are focusing on, but it's kind of performance-based goal. And obviously this could be you could sign up for a race, or you could go for some kind of competition if that is what inspires you, what makes you think that you are kind of thinking like an athlete and working towards some performance-based goal. And this is the way how to shift your focus away from that losing weight, fitting into your clothes, because that is kind of outcome-based goal. What is as a result, when you do all these things, you get stronger, you put focus on your nutrition, but that is end result. And if if you focus on these actions and set these actionable goals, like what is absolutely 100% under your control, because you can't control your hormones. You can't control how your actually what is happening in your body, where you are storing fat. And if you focus on reducing those things, it's guaranteed that you will feel frustrated. So, and that again, it increases only your stress. It affects to your progress, as you know. Stress, it might be, affect to your hormones, it will affect your calories in, calories out ratio, and it impacts your recovery. And there's so many factors how that if you are repeating that cycle with kind of adding more, doing more harder, trying harder, relying on your willpower, then when not seeing results, you are quitting. It's that endless cycle what you are going through, and there's not going to be solution, or it's very hard to get out of that frustration. But shifting the focus on those kind of performance-based goals, it usually does miracles. And that is when you start to see also changes in your body, you start to feel stronger, you start to feel more energized, you start to feel better, and that is all leading to those all visible results, what you are actually looking for, but they are not the main goal. They are kind of and that is the biggest mindset shift you can make. So those, because like in Sarah's situation, like I said, she has a very high stress, and that makes fat loss simply harder. So it's, like I said, it impacts recovery, and that you have to learn ways to deal with your stress. So I was asking Seda how she's managing her stress. Like, okay, she is attending some cooking classes or doing a kind of activities she enjoys, but she didn't have in a place like a routine to reduce your stress, because mostly she didn't have time. She have tried some meditation, but feels like that, that takes too long. Maybe it wasn't for her. She have tried some breathing exercises, and but they didn't really work on the. She hadn't been very consistent with that, so there was not really like a plan into a place. And we were talking about, and we decided that in her case, we were just simply focusing on breathing exercises. So why the breathing exercise, for example, we use it a lot with the athletes, like because it settles down your nervous system. So why that? Because I'm a person that I love learning everything new, and I love to know. I need to know why I should be doing, because I'm a person, I tried myself doing some kind of meditation, but I wasn't enough patient with that. So I was obviously, my mistake was I was trying to do some 15-minute meditation, and it was like after 5 minutes, no way. And of course I know it, that I should start to do it like just a couple of minutes. Like with everything else, you are improving, but I didn't have patience. And then when you do breathing exercises, that is for me kind of like a simpler way to start doing it. So first of all, why it's important, what it matters, or what it does to your body and to your stress if you do breathing exercises. So breathing exercises, they are putting your nervous system down. For example, with athletes, we are using it a lot. Like you can imagine situations that you have a hard workout and then you have very limited time to recover. And for example, we have games like we play today, next game is maybe in 20 hours or 16 hours from now. And when you need to recover faster, but you don't have really like a tools. So why the breathing exercise is then helping? So it settles down your nervous system. So you are because if you are doing, for example, you do hard workout and then you keep doing your day, you do what you are doing, but your body, you understand that, okay, workout is done or game is done, but your body is still going. Body doesn't understand. Your mind, you are like that, luckily it's done, but your body doesn't get that. Your nervous system doesn't get that information. But through those breathing exercises, your body, you send a signal to your nervous system that now it's done. Now you can start recovering. And that's how you are actually speeding up that recovery. You reduce your stress. And so how it's simplest way how to do it is just to finding, and you need only maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes, it's a good breathing exercise. If you want to do it longer, you can do it for 5 minutes, but you don't need to do it for 15 or 20 minutes, which can be for many people hard to find. But basically for 2 minutes, putting yourself in a quiet place, you can listen or you can listen some music and just focus on your breathing. And that is the challenge, at least for me. Challenge is always that I start to think something else than just actually putting, but once you get those thoughts of something else, it could be family, it could be your stress or work or whatever situation, just try to forget everything and really focus on your breathing and how you are breathing. Take a deep breath in through your nose, like 3-4 seconds, like, and then push out through your mouth for 6 to 8 seconds. So really long breaths and really focusing that you are breathing. So that is just simplest way how to drive down your nervous system. And that is when you are actually starting to recover. So this is other thing. Other thing what we agreed with Seda was to add 15-minute walk post meal. So there is several studies how it's helping with glucose effects, and if it's doable, it's probably not going to happen after every meal. But if you get even 2-3 15-minute walks after meal, that you make such a big difference for your stress relief, and especially if you have a chance to go for a walk outside. So you get fresh air, you get maybe even some sunlight, and that again, it helps you to sleep better. As that was other issue with Sarah, that she has been sleeping very bad lately with not long and with low quality. So things like that, those are kind of several small things that are helping in overall, because in my opinion, like the problem is obviously there is always some areas of improvement, but it all starts like why you have more cravings. It's related to your sleep, to your stress levels. And once you start to manage those things, those other parts, they are going like into a puzzle. They are starting to get in a place almost automatically, just because you fix first those bigger issues, bigger struggles, and which often are underestimated, underthought, or you haven't even, you know that there might be some issues underlying, but you really didn't pay attention or didn't build strategies to actually improve those areas. So because you just think that, okay, I have a lot to do, but you don't have any strategies how to actually improve it. So that was kind of how to start actually shifting focus, and not probably understood, we didn't talk about cutting foods, cutting carbs, cutting something. It's more like adding sustainable things, what is actually possible to do basically every single day. So then with the setup, there were a couple of things like other things like protein, like she has been very good prioritizing protein, but she also realizes like that it was the same issue than myself. I had recognized that protein bars, I'm not digesting them well, and Seda was felt the same, but it said that they are just so convenient to take them with you. And that it's rather you don't take protein bars. You don't even, if you don't have possibility to eat protein, or you don't want to go around with 2 boiled eggs or grilled chicken breast. So I know it's very challenging, but finding a way is like my favorite word myself is situation that I can't have my box with me with the eggs or some other sources of protein when I'm on go. So I have basically just a protein shaker with protein powder in, and then I just pour water into it, do it shake, and that is what I digest a lot better, and I don't have any issues with it. So it's easy way to take it with me, so I don't need to run around with already protein powder, but it's just powder, and if I don't need it, I don't use it, I can use it next day. It's not, if you are in summer in hot temperature outside, so you don't have to worry that it's you get poisoned or something from food, what is not good anymore when you are actually eating it. So think of kind of snacking options, what you have, if you have realized that there are some foods that are not good, that you are eating. So that kind of gut health is also, it's very, very important, and it's very individual. So there's not person, I'm not saying that protein bars are bad, but it's for many people like myself, I just tend not to digest them very well. So, and if you have piece of fruit, 2 pieces of fruit, which have a lot of fiber, which is other very, very important thing, like changing this focus also, instead of restricting, adding things and making sure that those are kind of good things, what you are adding, and they are again leading that you are having probably less sweet cravings, and focusing on kind of adding things instead of focusing on taking things away, because once you are improving your sleep, reducing your protein, most likely automatically without even realizing it, you are reducing your sweet cravings are going down as missing protein, missing fiber, lack of sleep. Those are by far three most common reasons why you can't stop snacking, or why you are snacking things what you probably think that you just need to have more willpower. So it's all about balance, not restriction, and focusing about sustainability and not just quick fixes or relying on your willpower. So that was a quick topic for today, and I hope this was helpful. I hope you got some practical ideas, and if you did, I really would appreciate a 5-star rating in iTunes or Spotify, as those are very, very helpful. And obviously, if you know someone who is struggling with this, or who keeps talking all the time how they don't feel well, or they are frustrated with their progress, please share this episode with them, as if it's only one person, I don't expect anything more. One person who you could share this episode, and I would be more than thankful. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for those reviews. And if you have any topics you want me to talk about, feel free to DM me in my Instagram, send me email to @fitmedturo.com, and thank you for listening.
Hold up, friend. Do you love Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast? If so, the best way to say thank you is to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on iTunes. I know every podcaster wants you to leave a review, but it's because those reviews help the podcast to reach more people. I truly want to know what you think, and if this particular episode resonated with you, would you also please share it? Either send a link to someone who you think will find it valuable, or take a screenshot and post it into your social media and tell your friends and family why they should listen it. Make sure you tag me so I can hear your feedback and give you a little love. And you know if you aren't already following me on Instagram or TikTok, that's the perfect time to hit that follow button. Thank you for being here and listening to Fit Me to a Fitness podcast.